Hi guys, I'm Anita and I'm back with another video, and today it's time for a Friday read / my Dewey's TBR video. As for my Friday reads part, I'm not going to go heavily into the books that I finished. I'm just going to mention them because I'm going to do a recent read wrap-up thing sometime soon. Because I have a bunch of books that I haven't been talking about because I haven't been doing a weekly wrap-up in a while. And so I wanted to add them to that video. So this will just be really briefly talked about what I've been finishing over the past week. The first thing that I finished over the past week was Dracula by Bram Stoker. This is a classic. This has been the BookTube Discord server's buddy group read for the month of October, and I have had this on as part of my TBR unwrappings since I unwrapped it last year in October and didn't get around to it until now. But I've had it on my actual TBR, physical TBR, for I think almost 2 years. But I have read it now and it's okay. I like the story overall. I think it's Dracula. I mean, I know the story a little bit from different things, but in the beginning I was really into it. I think that it has a strong beginning and a pretty strong ending as well. The middle part was not really interesting to me, and my least favorite thing about this is that it's written in diary form, and I'm not really good at reading books with diary form entries. I feel like it takes away some of the, I don't know, it never really worked for me when a book is only written in diary form. I don't mind if it has diary entries as part of the book, but where you have actual correspondences like between people as well. I mean, this is all written down in a diary form, even though it just doesn't work for me. Yeah. So, but I end up on 3 stars for this book. The next book that I finished was just today. I finished Wildfire by Ilona Andrews. This is the 3rd and final book in the Hidden Legacy series, and I really enjoyed it. It's 5 stars for that one as well as more or less the other 2 books have been. I enjoyed it, loved it, highly recommend this series if you're into urban fantasies at all. Definitely check it out. Yeah, I enjoyed the romance as well. So those are the 2 books that I finished over the past week, which now brings me into my TBR for the Deweys, because this is all of the books that I'm working on right now that I want to finish, and that is my aim. I want to finish the majority of the books that I'm currently working on. So let's start out with my audio that I started today. That is Murder on Astor Place by Victoria Thompson. I am halfway through this one, so it shouldn't take me that long to get through it. I think I have about 2 hours left, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a really fun mystery. It's set in the beginning of the 1900s in New York, and we're following a murder case where this wealthy girl has been murdered, and we find out that she was pregnant before her murder, and that is not very well seen because she was not married. She was only 16 years old. And so it was like, will put some shame on the house if they find out, because they were really wealthy, those people, her parents and stuff, and the family. And then we follow a midwife who was also part of a really wealthy family. After her husband passed away, she decided to work as a midwife of her own will, because she wanted to do that, even though other women doesn't understand it, because they think she's lowered herself to lower standards because she's taking up a job. And then we also follow the police detective who's trying to investigate the murder, and they sort of mix their 2 point of views, and I'm really enjoying it. So highly recommend it if you are into mysteries. It's a long series, but I'm already really into it, so I know that I'll be enjoying the next books as well, hopefully. So yeah, that's the first book on my TBR. I'm currently reading Silence of the Lamb by Thomas Harris. This is also part of my Spookathon TBR, so I'm hoping that I'll finish it over the weekend. I am currently on page 79 out of 288 pages. I'm going to try and see if I can read something of this today, and I don't have too much left tomorrow, but we'll see about it. It's definitely my main priority first to finish this one as the physical books. Another book that I need to get a lot of progress done, because I only have this audio out for another couple of days is Uprooted by Naomi Novik. I made a bit of progress yesterday, and I am now on page 126, and this is just over 400 pages. I'm really enjoying it at this point. It took a little bit for me to get into it, but right now I'm really enjoying it, so I can't wait to get back to it. I will probably do a lot of cross-stitching and listen to this at the same time. So this will be another audio that I'll be listening to. The next two books are the books that I'll pick up if I have time left. If I finish the Silence of the Lamb and have time left to actually pick up something and read. And the first one is The Dead Zone by Stephen King, which I have read the first 193 pages. So I'm about 200 pages in, and it is just over 400 pages as well. Oh, well, is it over 500? It is 432 pages, and I have so far been really enjoying it, and I'm about halfway through it, and yeah, hoping to get a good chunk of this read as well. The last and final book that I'd like to finish is the next Mercy Thompson book, which is Frostburnt by Patricia Briggs. I am on page 220 and have about 120 or so pages left, so I should be able to finish this pretty quickly. If I decide to pick this up, they usually read pretty fast whenever I get into them, because they're really, a lot of things are happening also, especially right now since we're over the halfway point and things get real. So those are the 4 books that I want to try and make progress in, and then I have 3 potential graphic novels, but 2 of them I've already started, so I definitely hope I will finish those. The first one is Valhalla Collected Saga Volume 3. This is a collection of 3 Valhalla stories, comics in one, with a corresponding story about the actual legends that correspond with the story, a specific volume. And if you don't know, Valhalla, if you're new to my channel, Valhalla is a comic book series, graphic novel series about the Norse mythology. And I'll just show you some of the... This is from the first graphic novel. It's always really old school strips where there's like no difficulties reading these. But this is volumes 7, 8, and 9. So I have about half of this left, and we'll definitely try and finish that tomorrow. The next one I've started as well is Gunner Creek Court Volume 1, which is a webcomic book, but I have this on ebook form in my iBooks. And I read the first, I don't know, 80 pages or something, 90 pages. It's a 290 something pages of a graphic novel, and I'm really enjoying it. It's just my kind of style in the art style, and my kind of humor, and the story is something that I really enjoy. So I think that I'm really looking forward to finishing that one. And the final graphic novel that I have that I can read is another one of the chunkier ones. But that is, my favorite thing is Monsters by Emil Ferris. This is a graphic novel that follows a group, a monster girl, and it's filled with different monsters. So yeah, this will be my last pick for the readathon. I feel like with these 4 books, the 3 graphic novels, and that other audio, I will be pretty settled for those 24 hours. I will probably have made some progress with the books before tomorrow, because I'm planning on reading something this evening and sort of like that. But if you don't know, the Dewey's Readathon always starts at the same time for all of us. So it starts at 8 a.m. EST. So in is that Eastern Summertime, Eastern Standard Time? I don't know what it's called, but it is on the eastern side of the US, that time zone. And I am 6 hours ahead of that time zone, so for me that means I will have to start at 2 p.m. And so yeah, that is where I'm gonna start, and I feel like I'm settled with things, and that's why I say that I am going to be reading something in the morning before I get up, because I usually always do that in the morning, and so I don't know how much I have read of that when I start the readathon. But these are the books that I currently have on my readathon, TBR, and yeah. So this is all I have for you today. Definitely let me know in the comments down below if you're planning on participating in the Dewey's readathon this weekend and what you're going to be reading. Have you read any of the books that I'm reading and what did you think of them? And yeah, definitely I'll be active on Instagram. I think I usually try to be the first couple of hours at least, and then we'll see how it goes. I forgot to mention this time around there's also a bingo. There's a bingo card that you can download and do some challenges, and I'm definitely going to attempt that. I think I'm gonna try and move it to my book journal and see if I can hit a lot of this, color a lot of the squares in and get some bingos. So yeah, that is my aim. I know I'm not going to be reading for 24 hours straight because I have never in my life done that and will never in my life probably do that, but I will definitely attempt getting maybe 12 hours in. That's half of the day. It could be doable, but we'll see. We'll see. 10 hours would be great as well. 8 hours would be okay. Yeah. So we'll see what ends up happening. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.